Hey everyone, hope all of you are doing great. So, as we were discussing in class today, I would like to take you through the specific offenses that's given under the Indian Penal Code. All right, so there are different categories of offenses that's covered with Penal Code, which makes an act offense and punishable under the code. The first one we're going to be starting off with offenses against the state. And offenses against the state can be categorized under four heads. One is waging war, second is assaulting high officials, third is escape of state prisoners, and the fourth and the most controversial one of all lot is called sedition. What what the law is trying to do here is to protect the sovereignty of the country. It is to ensure that the citizens do not attack the sovereignty or the existence of the state. While demanding that respect, it is also necessary for them to ensure there's public order in place. That is why offences against state is made a punishable offence under the code. Now, taking your attention through the first category of offences state, waging war. Waging war is not in its traditional sense the war between two countries. What is referred under the Indian Penal Code is the fact that there is an attack by a group of individuals or an individual on the sovereignty or the government entity rather than among themselves. So when I have a problem with the government, the executive or the legislature, and I attack the government, then I am said to have waged war against the government. So it's not about a country against another country, as we stay here, or state against a state, but it is more of an individual, irrespective of the national, attempting or trying to attack the government or the existence of the state. So that is what waging war is referred to as. The sovereignty of the country is being put at a threat. So, in that case, what we are looking here is the different categories of offenses under waging war itself. So, like how we were discussing in the previous topic of attempt, there are categories of offense and the attempt which is put at par with the actual commission of the offense. And waging war is one such offense. So, where there is a waging of war or there's an attempt to wage war, as in conduct a war against the state, or where there is abetment of war, it is put at the same level. So, the provisions of law from 121 to 123 provides different categories in which waging a war is made a punishable offense. And so, we're going to be looking into different heads. One is where the commission of the offenses. In the same footing, we have the attempt of waging of war. As in, so the situation here is I have something against Modi for the lockdown that he has declared. Now, if I want to attack, okay, if I'm going to attack the parliament because of what the decision of the prime minister is, or if I'm attacking an entity of the government because of the decision of the minister, thereby I might have waged war against the government. So, in that case, where I'm waging war, or if I've attempted and my attempt is failed, or if I've instigated or provoked another person to wage the war, it's an offense under the Indian Penal Code, which is punishable with death or imprisonment for life. The second situation is where if I've entered with Taliban for the purpose of waging war, the fact that I've conspired for the commission of the offense under Section 121 also make it a punishable offense under the code. If now the third category is where I've collected weapons for the purpose of the parties to wage war, then I'm also made a punishment even if I have not directly taken part in the conspiracy or in attempting or in abetting. The fact that I have been a part of it as an intermediary also puts me at a liability of waging war. And the third and the fourth and the most important thing is where intentionally as a facilitator, if I conceal the fact that such a design of waging war has been initiated against the state and I keep quiet about it, I have committed an offense against the state. So, under waging war, you have mainly four categories. One where I'm actually committing the act against the government. Second, where I'm attempting it or I've abetted it, which is all on the same footing. Second situation is where I've conspired with people who are committing that act. Third is where I have collected arms and weapons for the same. And the fourth is where I've concealed the design with the intention that I facilitate the commission of this war. Alright? And then 125 to 127 is where it is taken against Asiatic powers, which you can refer to for your reference. Alright? So the next thing is what we're going to look into is what do you mean by the concept of waging war? Alright? So what it means here is waging war is not restricted to the conventional war between the countries. Rather, it is where the sovereignty is struck. Alright? So, where I am attacking a symbol of sovereignty or where I am attacking officials of the government, in those circumstances, also I have said to have waged war. In that case, I would be held liable for having done that. Now, when you look, it will be better understood with different cases that I can take you through. The first one is the case of Hafsat Guru, which is a parliament attack case. Alright, so I would take a break and come back